Hey guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video is going to be my monthly plan with me video, and I'm going to be showing you my April bullet journal setup. So while I make my little title page for April, by the way, this is the new pen that I've been using. It's the LePen Fineliner, and it's supposed to be smudge proof and all of that, and so far I love it so much. But as I was saying, while you watch me set up my title page for April, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of your support on these bullet journal videos. I'm so happy you guys have been enjoying them, and I have been loving seeing all of your recreations of my spreads. A bunch of you guys have sent me pictures on Instagram and Twitter, and I save all of them, and I do like monthly features where I repost your recreations on my bullet journal and doodle Instagram accounts. So if you ever recreate any of my spreads, be sure to send me a picture and you might be featured on my Instagram, so go check it out. But here's my title page for the month of April. I decided to go with the star theme just because I wanted to use the color yellow. I feel like since it's spring, I wanted to do yellow since it's such a bright and fun color, and I thought stars would be perfect for that. The two yellow markers that you see me switching between are the Zebra Mildliner in the dull yellow, as well as the Tombow dual tip marker in 026, which is more of a golden ochre color. But I actually really do love the way that this page turned out with the constellations and everything. It's definitely a little bit different from what I normally go for. So on to my monthly spread, which is the spread that changed the most from the previous month. I mentioned in my March plan with me that I didn't like how every single day in the monthly spread I only had one line, so if you had more than one event, you couldn't really squish it in. So this month I decided to double space it and do 2 columns, as you see here. So now I have more space per day to plan ahead for the month of April. Basically, instead of splitting one page between personal and YouTube planning, I'm going to be giving one whole page to personal and then one whole page to YouTube. So I'm giving myself more space for both, which I think is going to work out a lot better. The difference though is that the personal side I used that vertical numbered layout, and then for the YouTube side I did sort of more of a traditional grid style calendar layout, and my plan is for this to use little sticky notes and cut them up so that I can move around my video schedule. A lot of times I'll switch up a video idea or I'll want to do it on a different day, and in previous months when I wanted to do this I would have to cross it out and it would just make it look a lot more messy in the vertical layout. So I think using the sticky notes will be a lot better because I'll be able to easily move things around if I want to. All I'm doing now is finishing up the rest of my calendar layout as well as setting up my monthly YouTube growth tracker. So while I do that, I did want to quickly talk about something else, which was on my previous videos I got a couple of comments saying that this is too much work or there's no point in doing this, and if the bullet journal system is not for you, I totally understand, or if you prefer more of a minimalistic look, that is fine as well. I always say that the only thing you need to bullet journal is a pen and a notebook, and that's it. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with wanting to get creative with it and using colors and doodles and pictures. You do you, whatever works the best for you. But as you can see right now, I'm just setting up all of my lifestyle trackers, so I'm doing my habit tracker as well as my mood tracker. This is something that hasn't really changed throughout the months. I pretty much like the way that it's set up. The only thing that I've been changing is the color and the design layout. And so far, after 3 months of doing these trackers, I really do find that it has helped me keep myself accountable for all of these things that I normally would procrastinate on. I added these gold shooting stars as well as these little smiling and frowning face stars for the mood tracker, which I thought was so cute. Of course, on the other side of the spread, I'm setting up my expense tracker, and side note, I don't know if you have noticed, but I've been really getting into calligraphy, especially since I've gotten a bunch of the Tombow dual tip markers, as well as the Tombow Fudenosuke, I still don't know how to pronounce it, but the black brush pen. So I've been practicing a lot, and I think I've been getting better. I'm definitely not a professional yet, but it's something that I enjoy, and I've been incorporating it more into my bullet journal. Alright, so now on to my video ideas and brain dump page. I kind of went for a different look with this spread, but I did like the way that it turned out. I kind of made a star wreath as well as hanging star Christmas lights, if that makes sense. But I think it does match the brain dump page, which you'll see very soon. Again, I just used the zebra Mildliner for the yellow, which is more of a true yellow instead of a golden yellow. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like this whole month was a little bit more experimental for me because I wanted to try out new designs and do something a little bit different because I don't want to keep doing the same like floral and leaf thing over and over again. So that was kind of my thought process. So now moving on to my weekly spread for the first week of April. And this is another thing that I actually changed up midway through March. Before, I was doing a full weekly setup with a tiny little weekly overview for events, but now I've adopted sort of like a weekly overview sidebar, so it gives me more space to plan out the future events for the weeks and have a nice visual of what my week looks like, while still leaving the daily rapid logs for my everyday to-do lists. Having this weekly overview is of course a personal preference of mine, but I know a lot of people who don't like having a weekly overview because they find it repetitive. I just really like to see the events that are happening for that week. Also, if you are confused as to how all of these different sections work together, I definitely recommend checking out my very first bullet journal video. I kind of explain in more detail how the system works, so if you're confused, go check that video out. Hopefully it'll answer any questions that you might have. Anyways, I kind of went a little overboard with the stars and I used it all over this spread, but it's my theme for this month, so I had to go all in, guys. Other things that I added to decorate this spread was a little sticky note doodle that had the Big Dipper in it, as well as a calligraphy quote that says, "Look how they shine for you," which is a lyric from Coldplay's iconic song Yellow, which I thought was very fitting for this month. Okay, on to the next spread. Usually I don't actually do my weekly spreads this ahead of time, but you guys really like seeing spread inspiration, so I decided to do 2 weeks for this video just to show you guys different ideas, as well as show you guys that I kind of switch up the layout of my weekly spreads depending on the week that I have. So if I know I have a busy week, I'll do a full week like this, where it gives me more space to write out any tasks that I have to do. And it's also a lot more fun for me to just constantly be switching things up and evolving the style of my bullet journal because I don't want to get stuck in a rut and just keep doing the exact same spreads over and over again. But this spread is complete. Let me just show you guys the final look and flip through at my April bullet journal spread setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to follow my bullet journal Instagram account for more spread inspiration throughout the month. But I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye, guys.